On this special Rock Is Not Dead edition of 50 Shades of Slades for the Rockpit, we catch up with an artist that has to be one of the hardest working singer songwriters in Australia at the moment. Her latest album, There's a Jewell In Town, is simply superb. And if you've seen her live, you'll know she leaves absolutely everything on the stage. Today's guest can only be one person, and that is the pocket rocket that is Karly Jewell, who has been chosen to kick off the two-day event at the Prince Band Room on August 28 and 29 and set the bar incredibly high for every other band on the two-day Rock Is Not Dead lineup. Karly, welcome, and thanks for
Oh,
your time, and thanks for joining me.
thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited for the to get back to the Prince Band Room and be a part of the Rock Is Not Dead festival. Such a huge honor to be asked. Um, yeah, I can't wait.
And it's been a moment since we caught up, but the Prince Band Room actually has a special connection for the two of us. And I don't know if you know this one, but it was the first time I ever saw you live and met you way back in 2021. So
Yeah, the Women Who Rock
yes,
concert that we did.
yeah,
Um, when we were raising money to help women in the shelters. To stand up and be able to get out of situations, against domestic violence and abuse. And so, yeah, that was really awesome to be a part of. And I met some really amazing people there that night. And yeah, it's been amazing. Yeah.
but
And the
yeah,
stage was awesome. So I can't wait to get back on that stage.
absolutely. It's a killer room. It's an amazing room. So, but there's been so much happening for you, since and including in the last 12 months, since and including, an ARIA Australian chart positioning of number three. The album came out with Relentless touring. Uh, Fill us all in a little bit of the other pieces of the last 12 months.
Yeah, so obviously while I was promoting and touring with the album and hitting interstate and doing shows over there, it's given me a lot of time to write more songs. So, in between all that and promoting, I've been writing and actually will be getting back from recording the week and then come back and I'll be straight into the Rock Is Not Dead festival. So it's really, an awesome way to kick off the next part and all the next music that's coming. So yeah, we've been planning in that 12 months our next trip to Japan. So we're touring there in November and it's awesome. My last two shows in Melbourne are actually at the Prince Band Room before we head to Japan. So that's really special. um yeah, so it's just been writing and working and there's still been some shows here and there. I wasn't going to come back out until the Rock Is Not Dead festival, but I got asked to play with Chasing Lana for their Australian tour when they did their last show in Melbourne. So I had to say yes, I love those guys. So yeah, we came back out, but it felt like it wasn't long enough. I could have done that set a few times over and over because it was, such a hype to be back on stage. Even though I had to put together a super group for the night. But yeah, it's gonna be great to be back on stage with Meek and Andre and Mars and yeah, probably even do some new songs.
My goodness, that was probably my next question. You mentioned that you're about to go and record again. How much have you got in the bag, and how much is ready to be recorded? And we're heading towards an EP or an album, or what's next
Yeah,
there?
I've got I've got probably close to three albums worth of material. So it was very hard picking what songs I'm going to record. But in that time of like releasing an album and going through all the feelings of that and just stepping away and having time, like especially when you're not out there in the scene and you miss it so much and you really know who you are and what, kind of drives you and how much you're passionate about your music and I miss it so much and I guess I had that time to reflect on why I love it so much and I've written a couple of songs that are really deep and I was like I think I'll go and pick those ones to record first. And you know me, I'm always like mixing up the genre and
Absolutely.
throwing it all in there. And yeah, these songs are different, and yeah, so I'm looking forward to recording them. Um, just a couple of my own songs, because obviously I do the band stuff, but then I have my own because I just write too many songs, and some of the ballads or other, kind of styles of song aren't really what I do on stage. I guess there's two of me. I'm a, live band artist, and then I'm a singer-songwriter artist that just loves to record and release music as well. Um, so yeah, I've got so many new songs, and I was, talking to my producer, and he's like, "Oh my God," he's like, "Which ones are we going to start with? There's so many." He's like, "What are we doing? Like a double album?" I said, "Well, we better start." So yeah, I'm off to Brisbane to record again, and yeah, I can't wait.
Absolutely fantastic to hear. And I mean, I always knew that you'd have something in the bank and something ready to go. It's just a matter of timing, I guess, of getting time to go and record and then to go and play them and get them out there into people's ears. But
Yeah.
for you, there's this whole Rock is Not Dead festival. I mean, when did you and how did you first hear about Rock is Not Dead?
Well, I seen the first one when it happened in Brisbane, obviously, and I'd seen you and Jocelyn were a part of this, and I just seen this little, community, like a little music family, and just, fighting for our Australian artists and putting on shows and working as a community. And I think, we all try and work as a community, but a lot of people talk about it but don't actually step up and do it. And it's not easy to, like, come in and Shane is, so passionate about this, and just meeting him and talking to him. And obviously I met him in person at the Hard Rock festival in Adelaide, for the first time. And I just, I just seen this family that they were building, and I just wanted to be a part of it, and then to have Shane say, we're planning the next one, Karly, and like, I'll tell you on the down low, I definitely want you on it. So like to keep that a secret for the last 12 months has been pretty hectic.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like when I recorded my album and had to hold on to it for a while, Um, yeah, it was such an honor to be a part of it. And then, it's happening in my hometown. So that's, so exciting, and what an amazing lineup for 2 days. And yeah, it's just going to be awesome.
I mean, how important is it to be a part of a community and a movement like this? And I think the more I understand about Rock is Not Dead is that it is more of a movement. It's more about evolving artists and giving them a stage to be seen and heard on, and as well as being noticed by others. And
Definitely, it's so important. I mean, there's only, so many touring bands that are coming to Australia, and there's only so many local bands that are going to get opportunities to support that. But we need to, as a community, like kind of build our own things. So something like this, like a festival that's going to be, an annual event, and having new bands and up and coming bands and some of our veteran bands on this. And, it just embraces us as a community, and pulls us together and makes us realize like we can do this, like we do have the support, because it's really tough to be an artist in Australia. Like, we don't get that hype, and we don't get big opportunities unless we're like constantly touring outside of our own country. And that isn't doable for a lot of people anymore. Like, it's, the cost of everything, everyone knows. So to have something in our own home is amazing to be a part of. And as soon as I heard it, that's why I jumped on and said, like, what can I do? How can I be a part and help? And, like, I want to be a part of this family.
yeah. And I think that's the beauty of it, is it really is a sense of community, and it's everybody supporting each other and getting around it for the same reasons as being able to get out and play and share. And in Melbourne, we're really blessed, I guess, and living in it, we know that our community is really strong. But even talking to bands from WA, their community seems to be smaller, a lot smaller, but still very, very strong. And I think the fact that we're able to bring bands from Queensland, Perth, and South Australia and throw them all into one place is such a great thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, talking about Western Australia, they are solid. There's some amazing artists in Western Australia. Um, but yeah, no, it's awesome to be a part of it, and we definitely need some more. And there's some cool venues in Melbourne, and it's great to be able to use them when like big touring bands aren't coming. Like let us get in there and put on these shows, and I mean, bands are always putting on their own lineups and stuff, but just to be able to, work together to do bigger things is really what we kind of have to do, in today's world. We got to make it happen. There's not enough promoters, there's not enough room for all of us to be doing big shows. So we kind of just got to create our own events.
For sure, absolutely. And I
And I
mean,
mean, that's what I did with touring. I wasn't going to wait around for someone to book international shows for me. I just figured it out and went, I'm going to do it myself. Surely it's just, and that's what I did. And I've been doing that for like 15 years now. And
yeah,
and you've just got to, think of it like that. There's these big venues. How can we use them? What can we do? And it's really cool that Rocky's Not Dead is there to like bring people together and hit the venues up and put on these events.
yeah, it's a remarkable thing, and everybody from even a grassroots level, the Prince Band Room have been nothing but incredibly supportive of the whole event, which is so refreshing too, to know that there are these bigger venues that are willing to go and back, the bands that shape our DNA of current musical
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah. Oh, there's some pretty amazing bands in Australia, and like you go and watch some bands and you just think, I could hear these bands in arenas. Like it's just we don't have a lot of opportunity like that.
No, we don't, unfortunately. So, I mean, out of the lineup, I mean, who are you most looking forward to catching up with or seeing for the first time?
Everyone. Because I love all these bands. There's not one band that I don't, not love. Riff Raiders, of course, because Jenny and I go way back and we used to do shows and that, we haven't seen them for a while. So I'm pretty excited and they've been dropping some bangers.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to, catch up with Jenny and Marty and yeah, everyone. But I'm really excited to be doing that and see Cassidy and hear about all her travel stories and she's another Australian artist absolutely killing it and touring and
Yeah.
so yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's a fantastic fantastic reason to get together and a fantastic reason to celebrate Australian rock and roll. But
Yeah.
you mentioned before that you've got two shows coming up. The Prince, the second one is with Pretty Boy Floyd and Enough's Enough, and that's what, the 7th of November, if I remember correctly.
Might be the 6th. I was
Sixth.
thinking about this just before we started. I was like, wait, is it the 6th? I'm pretty sure it's the 6th of November.
Might be the 6th. But anyway, check out Gig Guides and Karly's page for details on that one. And then you undertake later on in the month, what is it, a 6 date run in Japan?
Yeah, I'll be there for a couple of weeks. I think I've got 11 shows. I was actually I'd started booking my tour over there and then I got asked if I'd want to support Heaven. And I was like, yeah, why not? And I already had some shows booked and I said, well, do they want to do some more shows and we can, put our tour together and make it bigger? Because I was like, I guarantee if they're going to do 5 shows, they're not going to come home. They'll want to do more shows. It's just how Japan is. So yeah, we were able to, I added some of my shows to their tour and we put it all together and yeah, can't wait. And Sheer Chance are coming and it's their first international tour and I got to do a show with them a while back at the Workers and they are just an energy I've never seen before. Like they go hard and Japan's just going to love them. And that was just so exciting watching them. I just can't imagine how much fun it's going to be on tour with them. So yeah, I can't wait.
It's great to hear that things are going so well and that Japan has really taken to you guys. This is what, the third or the fourth time
This is
back?
my 4th tour and I'm
Fourth,
already
yeah.
just at the fifth run over there. So
Wow. Wow, that's incredible. So I
I
mean
think
that's
eventually you'll see me be living over there full time. I just love it, and I can't really, yeah, see myself living here forever. I think definitely. I just love Japan. I love the people, and it's just yeah, amazing. I'll definitely retire in Japan. That's where I'm headed.
yeah, fantastic. So, if we're talking new music and studio time, what's next for 2027? I believe there's a fundraiser that you're very passionate about and looking at doing the long weekend.
Yeah, we had to postpone it a couple of times in weather and we were trying to, lock it in at a later date. for the Cancer Benefit Festival that went from like a little kind of shindig to a massive festival where I had to get everyone involved because it just got so big. So it's Wentworth's, first kind of music festival like this on the showgrounds. In March, which will be an annual event. And, I've teamed up with Patrick now to, officially bring this to the town every single year. And yeah, so we have that. Hopefully the town doesn't get flooded again. But, we've got a huge lineup of some, amazing Audio Rain, the Dreadful Tides. The list goes on. And yeah, I can't wait to be headlining my first festival at home. So it was devastating because when we launched, the ticket link just to register, we hit like 500 or 600 just in the first, 24, 48 hours, and then it just kept growing. I was like, oh my God, and then the town flooded. So
So
but
I think it's all meant. I mean, the heart and the intent is certainly there, but I think it's all destined for bigger things. I
really,
think that might have been the sign behind it too.
and the whole, the town and the community, like, the hotels jumped in and every place that is there, jumped in to help and, saying if you get your ticket now, your free ticket, obviously you just register because we needed people to do that. So we knew for the food bans and all this kind of stuff. And then the hotels jumped in and said, show us your ticket and we'll give you like discount on your rooms. And, it was just awesome. And everything had like packed out and it was, so exciting. And my little hometown needs something, they've been through a little bit here and there and, they need something to cheer them up and what better way to do it, and I just knew that, I know all the artists, exactly what we need for this kind of event that, sometimes we'll put aside making money on music and just do it, like I'm pretty honored and lucky to be around so many people that just have really good hearts. Like, yeah, we try and make some money while we're doing music to, push our dreams. But sometimes you've just got to like use your platform and give back and help each other out sometimes. And, you do good things, you get good things in return. So the team that we built, including yourself and Rocky's Not Dead, like they were one of the first people to jump on and Shane sent all of this merchandise that we're going to sell at the festival and donate to the cause to raise money to help people with cancer. And how amazing is that? Like first thing, it's like, we're gonna send you a package and I've still got it all there ready to go. So it was just like such a big community event and having so many people come home to my little hometown for that.
It certainly will be incredible, as will August 28 at the Prince Band Room, where you kick things off. So that's a signal for everybody to be there early to watch one of the most anticipated nights and sets of the whole 2-day festival.
Gonna leave my heart and soul on the stage, so and we've got to do some burnouts. As Stephen and I thought, because I could never say, at shows I'm not one to hang out the back. I'm always out there with everyone because I want to be a part of it. I don't want to miss, the bands playing and stuff. And now I tend to not be on the stage because I just want to get out there with all you guys. So yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Fantastic, Karly. Again, thank you so much for your time in chatting to us and speaking all things Rock Is Not Dead. We will see you on stage on August 28th, the Prince Band Room for Rock Is Not Dead, Melbourne. Again, thank you for your time. Say hello to all of the guys in the band for us. And
for having me.